Matthew, I've always been a fan of one guy who never made it to Intercontinental Championship level on the card in WWE, when I felt he should have done, and that was Big Vito Lagrasso, aka Skull Von Crush, but in the later years, Big Vito.
Big Vito.
I felt like he
What
had really
happened
great basics and knowledge on the business and how to work a match with his placement on the card. He also took the business seriously and went as far as to go down to developmental in 2007 on his own merits to train and to keep in shape and get the extra ring time when the dress gimmick was finished up. They put him in a dress.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, I believe you may have crossed paths with him in Puerto Rico in the mid-90s and in TNA in its early days. Do you have any good stories or memories of him? And why do you think he never made it bigger than he should have done?
Well, I don't know why he didn't make it bigger. But what everybody has to remember about the wrestling game is this: it's a political game. That's all it is. It's who likes you and who doesn't like you, and if somebody wants to work with you or not. So if you don't play the politics right, and if you've never played politics right, you know, you're just working your way along. So I think that he didn't impress the right people at the right time, and I think that's why he didn't make it bigger. I had him in Puerto Rico when I was there, and he had heat, but there's a difference of having heat and having drawing heat. So sometimes your smallest guy could probably have more heat than your toughest big heel, because it's a chemistry thing. So if the people are going to hate this guy more than my big heel, well, guess who's going to be on top of the card coming up? The one that they react to. So, and you can't produce that. You can't manufacture it. They either have it or they don't have it. So, and that's why I used to make it a habit. So when I had a new guy, and I've never seen him work before, I would watch him leave the dressing room entrance door, walk to the ring, and see what kind of reaction he gets just going to the ring. Sometimes they got a hell of a reaction because of the way the guy walked, the way the guy looked at him, the way the guy presented himself. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, he's getting a reaction right now, not a big one, but he's getting one. And then when they introduce him, they boo him a little bit. They don't know he's Madam's house cat, but they know he's a bad guy, and they don't like him. So I judge how much I'm going to push a guy by the first time or second time I see him go out in front of a crowd. Because people don't get up and boo for no reason. They don't get up and holler at you for no reason. He's done something to them. He's reached them and he's touched the nerve. He's done something. But he really hadn't done anything, really. They just don't like what he's done. So, and that's how a lot of great heels were born that way, by bookers being attentive to their talent, and they're thinking, well, if he can get this reaction and he hasn't done it.
I was wondering what happened to him, because he was tough and he was mean. But it wasn't him, Vito, I can't think of the other guy's name. Vito, Johnny the Bull, and another guy. They were like a group at first, and I think they broke them up, which they always, so soon as something gets going good, they break it up. Like Austin and Pillman that time. But yeah, Vito was tough, and Vito was mean as hell. So what happened there? I remember he was in WCW for a while. He was something serious, but what the hell happened here?
Anything. What if I push him a little bit, get some steam on him, then let him do some stuff? And that's why a lot of guys got started.
Would it be fair to say Vito, good on the card, but you didn't see him main event potential?
I didn't really see him that way, but good in the ring. And he looked like, if he'd have been in the 60s, he'd have been a great German heel. Because he looked like a big Nazi out there, you know, and he would have done that.
Dutch, what are you doing?
But, you know, it used to be in wrestling, you know, when they would come out, you would know exactly if they were good guys or bad guys. When you saw an Indian come out, oh, yeah, he's good guys, an Indian.
Oh, you're talking about the character. Okay, the characters.
Yeah,
okay.
Cowboy. But here comes two Nazi-looking guys, and doing the strut, well, you don't like them. Or here comes a Japanese guy. Oh, you don't like him either. If they're waving the flag, because they're the enemies of the United States. They can't be good guys. I mean, they.
I know about you. I never forget falling for that. Yokozuna was not Japanese at all. No about falling for that. But okay, but you're 12 years old back then at the time. I think there's no way up there believing it, and then thinking that some folks couldn't speak and couldn't talk and all that kind of stuff, and then learning that later. Okay, this is gimmick, like they had you, they had you going.
That later on, some of the Japanese guys, but basically, it's sometimes the first time you see somebody as a fan, that's what they are. And if they don't like him, he's a heel. If they do like him, he's a babyface.
Yeah, but that's something. But so I was wondering what happened to him. I was like, Vito the Skull. Then they screwed him up with the gimmicks. Oh, a lot of those guys are tough. Even Saturn. Okay, we're gonna have you walk out there with a mop. How about that? Okay, Steve Blackman, a legit high black belt. We're gonna put a block of cheese on your head. No. Okay, I'm done. See, that's where I'm done. I'm done. So I'm done. See, screwing up stuff. Oh, it's shit like that. You see? A block of cheese on the man's head. Imagine Stone Cold and the Taker coming out there dancing. Know about that? Imagine Andre back there, have him come out there dancing. Andre didn't play that shit. Know about that? So these gimmicks, boy, it's just horrible.